Hello, this has been checked by X-Ray, and welcome to the biggest unboxing I've ever done in terms of size. I can't even get this puppy to fit in the frame. This is all the way from Denmark. Hopefully the bubble wrap survived because they decided to kick the box when doing the X-Ray. But we're gonna dive in and take a look. This thing is a beast. This is a lot of Folio Society titles, namely the Ian Fleming James Bond titles. I say namely, it's solely the James Bond titles, all the way over from Denmark. But on the Folio Society, I apologize for this video quality. I swear, once I actually get them out of the box, it's not going to be as disorienting or as crazy looking. Over on one of the Folio Society buy-sell groups, we're a minute in, and you can't see what the hell is going on. Look at that bubble wrap, though. Lots of bubble wrap and lots of books within. So let's pull these out, and we'll take a look at them. Lots of bubble wrap on all sides, so, you know, as much as they wanted to kick it, they, we might have like some nice little Suntop foam on the bottom there too. Look at that. Protecting it from all sides. So try as they might, hopefully these books have survived. Bought these from Daniel over on the Folio Society buy-sell trade page. And I love the Ian Fleming Bond novels that I've read. I've only read the first four. You got Casino Royale, Live and Let Die, Moonraker, From Russia with Love was the fourth? I could be wrong on that. But anyways, Folio Society makes these very, very nice illustrated books. They're not like over-the-top illustrated, but, you know, we're not talking, I mean, they'll have several panels of illustrations throughout. And they have teamed up with the Fleming estate to publish all of his titles. They're still publishing. They just finished the novels with Man with the Golden Gun. I believe they said they're going to move on and do the short story collections, which is For Your Eyes Only and Octopussy and the Living Daylights. But all of them, all the novels have been published by Folio Society. So let's dive in and take a look at just the breadth, just how beautiful these editions are. So anyways, we're not going to start with the first one, because I just opened these three. So we're going to start with these three. All of them, you will notice, have the exact same illustrator. They're all illustrated by Fay Dalton, who just does superb work. All of her style, she's a British illustrator, all of her illustrations kind of reflect like a 1950s style, which the 50s, I mean, he's been publishing these Bond titles from the very early 50s up through 65. I mean, Ian Fleming passed away in 64, but the last title was 65, I believe. So it's very cool to see, almost kind of like these, not that these are pinups, but it's kind of got the same style that you would see or expect to see with 1950s covers. And all of the slipcases have the Folio Society logo and the Ian Fleming logo on the back. They also published Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which is also an Ian Fleming novel. I don't have that one. That was not included in this set, so I cannot speak for if it matches. But they all have a very similar style as well. I do own the first three. I had purchased Casino Royale, I have Moonraker, and I believe I have From Russia with Love. I think that was the other one they published pretty early on. They didn't publish them completely in order, I don't believe. Well, they must have. They actually, no, that can't make sense. I don't think I have Live and Let Die. But that, I know for a fact that is the second one. Anyways, 4 minutes in, I haven't shown you the books yet. Let's dive in. I believe they're all going to have kind of a similar style, similar aesthetic. Very nice end papers. And more Fay Dalton's illustrations throughout. Diamonds Are Forever. And look at that. We've got... See, look at that. It's like a 50s pinup style. So Folio Society does have really large margins. So you're going to have smaller text blocks. I mean, the font is fine with the text blocks, but you have, large margin sizes, which I know some people are critical about. Wow, look at these illustrations. I don't know if Fay Dalton sells prints, but she should, because these are gorgeous. And I probably could show you all the illustrations, but we're only on book 1, and we're at 5.5 minutes. We got a lot of titles to cover here. So that's Diamonds Are Forever. Then we have Dr. No. Look at that. Look at that. Of course, was adapted into the very first Bond film with Sean Connery. Although one could argue that, Casino Royale, which was made into a comedy, was technically first. Was it first with Peter Sellers? Did that come out before Dr. No? I don't know off the top of my head now. I know the novel Casino Royale was not chosen for the first title. They went with Dr. No because it is entirely in one exotic location. There's not several exotic locations, so it was easier to adapt this one. I'm just kind of flipping through here because this is going to be a long video if I'm showing you everything from every one of the titles. But they all look to be in pristine condition, all being the first 3 that we've looked at. Then we have Goldfinger, and what I like about this is there's actually, not only is the illustration gorgeous, but you can see it's kind of got gold foil on the woman herself, who is completely covered in gold. One of the best Bond movies. I can't tell. That might just be from the crease there. But if that's going to be the worst of the damage, I think we're in pretty good shape. Let's flip through here, look at some of the illustrations in Goldfinger. Featuring the art of Fay Dalton, because they all feature the art of Fay Dalton. Like I said, her artwork is just gorgeous. There's Odd Job. There's the No Mr. Bond, I Expect You to Die. Love James Bond. Love the movies, too. Even the campier ones with... Roger Moore got pretty campy. GoldenEye, which is not a book. But GoldenEye was superb with Pierce Brosnan, and then everything else that Pierce Brosnan did was overly camp. Windsurfing down a tidal wave and stuff. Yeah, it's a story for another day. And they got dark, of course. Yeah, From Russia with Love. I do own From Russia with Love. I know for a fact because I recognize that cover. I do love the Folio Society's books. I did used to buy a bunch of titles from Folio Society. Not so much in recent years. Unfortunately, in recent years, I had to sell a lot of my Folio Society titles. Man, that was before I discovered the buy-sell group on Facebook, and I was selling them on eBay, and it's like, yeah, you sell one on eBay, and you get like maybe $50 for it, and then you're looking years later at the buy-sell group on Facebook, and you're like, oh, that was worth like $350. That sucks, but it is what it is. More illustrations. This is From Russia with Love, the second of the Connery films, though it is not the second of the novels. As I said, goes Casino Royale, and then Live and Let Die. Which is beautiful, beautiful work all around. This one obviously has a little wear to the slipcase. You can see it's kind of at the corners of the illustration. But hey, I do own a copy already, so my copy, this might be like a nice little reading copy, Whereas my copy will be the nicer copy to sit on the shelf with everything else. And we have the famous millennial saying, YOLT, instead of YOLO. You only live twice. This was the conclusion of the Blofeld books. Because you had Blofeld, the classic Bond villain, who's introduced in Thunderball. There's Bond. I'm presuming this is him visiting the grave of his wife. This book's been out 50 years. We're past spoilers. He gets married to Tracy on Her Majesty's Secret Service. which is the second of the Blofeld titles. And I believe it all comes to a conclusion here in You Only Live Twice. And I believe this lot that I had purchased includes all of the books that are published thus far, except for The Man with the Golden Gun. I do have to buy that one still. But that one is, well, regarded as a disappointment in the Bond series. That one was published posthumously after Fleming had passed away, several months after Fleming had passed away, and it never got past the first draft. So, Ian Fleming would write his first draft, and then he would add many additional details. The first draft would always be rough, of course, and he would add kind of a lot more polish and the details that would come to be known within his work within the second draft. But unfortunately, with The Man with the Golden Gun, he did not get the opportunity to do that second draft. So, Man with the Golden Gun is famously, it's a short Bond novel. I think it's the shortest Bond novel. I'm trying to keep these previous titles in frame. It's like under 200 pages. It's very short. Looks like On Her Majesty's Secret Service is right here on top, based on the alpine skiing going on. Let me throw my scissors back here. Just gonna casually snip right into that. There we go. For the fans of the movies, they would recognize On Her Majesty's Secret Service as being the only title that George Lazenby starred in, as well as The Spy Who Loved Me. I'm saying the book. I'm just reading the book that's in front of me. Lazenby was not in The Spy Who Loved Me. That was Roger Moore. But, yeah. On Her Majesty's Secret Service, very underrated Bond film. People think, oh, yeah, no, it's Lazenby's one-off appearance. And so because of that, it kind of gets discounted amongst, you know, the non-Connery or the non-Daniel Craig Bonds. But I think he did a fantastic job, especially being the only Australian Bond. But very curious to see. I mean, this is obviously The Spy Who Loved Me. We're not actually in Her Majesty's Secret Service, on Her Majesty's Secret Service yet. That is next. That is The Spy Who Loved Me, On Her Majesty's Secret Service by Ian Fleming. They all have kind of the same structure as well. They all have the title and his name up in the top right corner. This is a thick one compared to the others. So, of the titles that I've read, they are very easy reads, very quick reads, and very exciting reads. Can't go wrong with some Ian Fleming. And then once you've moved on from his Bond titles, you can dive right in to the thriller noir classic Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which is also available through the Folio Society. You thought Bond's spy car was crazy. Wait till you meet Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I always found it odd. It's such a weird transition. He also did a couple other... He did Thrilling Cities, which was a travelogue. He did The Diamond Smugglers, I think was the name of it, which was nonfiction. And he did one other title, too, that I can't think of. For the Folio collectors out there, this Live and Let Die is actually not the first Folio edition of Live and Let Die. They had another one many years back. I think that was the only other Bond title they've done in their past, which that had an orange, I believe it was like an orange text block, orange binding, had a shark on it. Anyways, Casino Royale, the novel that started it all. Very, very easy read. Very fun read. Very thrilling. And this is also the first Bond title published by Folio Society back in 2015. Which, you know, first one to get that Fay Dalton treatment. But look at those illustrations. Seriously. There's also, of course, a comedy starring Peter Sellers and a bunch of other people back in the 60s. And there was a television adaptation as well many years back. That had to have been the late 50s because it predated the films with Connery, and 1961 was Dr. No for that. Moonraker, which is the third of the titles. Hugo Drax. Very, very good story as well. And like I said, beautiful Fay Dalton illustrations. Dog's losing its mind in the other room, so if you hear that, I apologize. Dog does not trust people. Oh, there she goes. Special appearance by Cleo the dog. We're just going to carry on. If this is not picking up, then it sounds like I'm just talking to myself. And finally, Live and Let Die, where Bond goes after Mr. Big in Jamaica. There we go. And there are Fay Dalton's gorgeous, gorgeous illustrations. Oh my God. If you haven't read the novels, let me tell you, there's something that happens in this novel that after having seen the films shook me. I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't happen in the movies. Oh, I probably shouldn't show you that one. Like, that doesn't happen in the movies. But wow. We're going to just flip these on their sides here. Whoop. That's Jenga, my friends. Seriously. Look at this. A couple of them have a little scuffing on the slipcase, but considering this came all the way from Denmark, I think that's pretty damn good. They do actually all fit in frame, which is surprising. I didn't know how that was going to turn out. Yeah, this thing took one hell of a journey to get here. It arrived, today is very early in May. It's May 7th right now when I'm filming this. I just did another unboxing that I'm going to upload first. Maybe I'll upload this one first. Yeah, I'm going to upload this one first. So this arrived on May 7th, but it had arrived in the States on like April 28th. It was just like chilling in customs for 10 days. It's like, all right, I guess, you know. So whatever drugs Daniel was also trying to send me may have been seized. But you know what? I think it's worth it for these gorgeous, gorgeous Folio Society editions. They really do put out nice books. If it wasn't for international shipping, I would definitely buy a lot more. I know the prices have increased for over the past few years from what they were, but man, FolioSociety.com, they've got a lot of gorgeous stuff. If you've hung around this long to the 18-minute mark of the video, thank you very much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing. Shout out to Daniel. Thank you very much for the gorgeous packing. Like I said, they tried kicking or punting the largest box that I've ever unboxed on this channel. But the books survived completely. Like I said, just a couple scuffs here and there, but I am all good with that because, you know, that's going to happen with any international shipment, unfortunately. Thank you guys very much for watching, and we will see you guys around next time.